القرآن للذكر فهل من مدكر.
Salam Alykum. Be sure to download your free implementation workbook. We go through it step by step. All the videos correspond with it. We have laid it out very strategically so you can master Quranic Tajweed and Quranic Mastery and implement it while you go along. Okay, so be sure to download this and it will help you on your journey. It's free to download. The link should be in the description. Assalamu alaikum.
Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. We will now look at the final consideration of Al-Idghaam, or one of the final considerations of Al-Idghaam, and that is the Al-Idghaam al-Kamil wal-Idghaam al-Naaqis, Idghaam al-Naaqis. So the Al-Idghaam al-Kamil means the complete Idghaam, and Al-Idghaam al-Naaqis means the incomplete Idghaam. So let's have a quick recap. Al-Idghaam Saghir, which is the idgham which is assimilating the sakin letter into the mutaharrik letter. They are all called al-idgham al-kamil, which means the complete idgham. So the complete idgham means, the idgham kamil means to completely merge the sakin letter into the mutaharrik letter, leaving no trace of the sakin letter. And the example is here, is irkam ma'ana. Irkam ma'ana. The fatha of the kaf is going straight into the meme, and there is no trace of the ba at all. Can't hear the ba. Irkam ma'ana. So that's pretty straightforward, and you have learned that so far in the previous lessons. Now let's have a look at al-idgham al-kamil, al-idgham al-naqis. So in al-idgham al-saghir, we also have al-idgham al-naqis, which means the incomplete idgham. So what does this mean? The al-idgham al-naqis means to merge the sakin letter into the mutaharrik while leaving a trace of the sakin letter into the mutaharrik letter. That leaves a trace. So you'll understand better in the example. So this only happens between the ta and the ta, and the qaf and the kaf. So the ta and the ta happens in 3 places in the Quran, and the qaf into the kaf happens into 1 place. Now the example is here. Now when we say the ta into the ta, we have to leave a trace of the ta while we're saying the ta, before we say the ta. So instead of saying farrattum, where we're going straight into the ta, we have to say farrattum. So if you notice, there's a bit of heaviness of the ta before we go to the sound of the ta. We say farrattum. So the only thing we won't do with the ta is have the qalqala, because there's a qalqala in the ta. We won't say farrattum, because that will then mean that we are pronouncing the ta clearly, and we're not doing a complete idgham, meaning the idgham saghir, which is required, but we are doing farrattum. So this is al-idgham al-naqis. In the qaf and the kaf, it happens in the word alam nakhluqkum. This happens in the last surah of the 29th juz. Now this needs to be practiced a lot by all the students of the Quran, because it's something which is very fine, just like the sifat. It's a very fine rule, and it needs to be practiced with an expert teacher who will be able to tell whether you are reading this correctly or incorrectly. So that completes the lesson of Al-Idghaam in part 1. In part 2, we will look at a different aspect of Al-Idghaam, which will complete your knowledge of Al-Idghaam when it comes down to the Tajweed of the Quran in Hafs and Asim. Of course, in this lesson, you should complete the exercises, answer the questions, and when the teacher's given you authorization, you can move on to part 2.
If you enjoyed this video, guys, please like this video so we know you enjoy it, as we can make more. Please write a comment and tell us what you thought about the lesson, and don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe now. Jazakallah. Salam Alykum.